Прием, прием, неужели, да, неужели, немножко игра нас подвела, не знаю, что случилось, но что-то все отпало, и стрим отвалился, и этот. Я даже не успел последнего чувака спросить, что же произошло. А он взял такой, типа, ой, прости, дружок, получи пирожок. Надеюсь, сейчас нам дадут закончить. А то сейчас я как раз нажал, а он... У тебя жара? Ну да, тепло, очень жарко. Возможно, нагрелся комп, но я вот сейчас посмотрел, подумал о нем. Но нифига, нормальный. Единственное, что могло какое-нибудь замыкание быть, но у меня остальное это все работало. Хотя, наверное, компьютеру все равно тяжеловато. Видеокарта холодная, вон. Ничего с ней такого не произошло. Не знаю. Но возможно, что как раз стримлю через видеокарту, не через процессор. И, возможно, ему немного напряжно это в тепле. Возможно, да. Так оно и есть, скорее всего. Я даже чай успел сходить, налить. Ну окей, надеемся, что все будет хорошо. Но если что, не поминайте лихом. Мантры ваши помогли, спасибо большое. Они придали сил этому стриму. Жалко, что, конечно, сбросился он. Это вот печально очень. Ну, что есть, то есть. Просто с другом думали в Zero Escape поиграть, и там отрубилось внезапно. Э, э, я что, проиграл турнир? Алло. Во. Пошла, пошла. Фух, я уж думал, я один остался. О, фух. Мы с него и начнем. В Дисе через демонстрацию игру показывал, а я на заднем плане помогала. Понял? А куда делся твой друг?
He tried to use force dispersal to deflect a punch, but instead he took it straight to the nose. There was blood all over the place. His opponent was pretty freaked out by it. He kept asking him, "Why didn't you dodge?" But he was pretty much out cold by that point and couldn't reply. Why don't you dodge, they ask. Because to not dodge is the very essence of Lingshan clan kung fu. It's just that he hadn't quite mastered it yet. Don't even get me started. I spent all my energy helping him get from here to the boat to take him back to the harbor. But by the time I got back, my scheduled match time had already passed and I had to forfeit. I don't dare tell my master about this, otherwise I'd never hear the end of it. Sorry, I shouldn't be complaining in front of you like this. I'm afraid I'm still a bit out of sorts at the moment, so I probably won't be able to help you with whatever you were here to ask me about.
Oh, all right then. Hope your buddy makes a swift recovery. Hang in there.
Thanks, I'll do my best.
We still haven't got any useful information yet.
Ну что,
Maybe we can go talk to Beto. Surely she's gotta know something.
ваша догадка верна или нет? Верна или нет? Бэйдоу.
You gave an outstanding performance. Truly commendable. I could sense that you're not familiar with bouts of this kind, and it could have cost you the match. But you were quick to adapt and managed to claim victory over your opponent. That
Ты
is a most
очень
invaluable skill.
наблюдателен.
In fact, I discerned this not from what I saw, but what I heard. The ground beneath your feet, and the pattern of your breathing. But it is nothing remarkable, for I discerned nothing more than Captain Beto did.
Он похож на представителя Dark Souls. Такой там расслабленный, такой, уже мертвец.
He's right. But in my case, I was purely relying on previous experience.
Казуха, ты не сталкер, хватит следить.
I guess not using your elemental powers must be quite new for you, huh?
Рад, что скоро все
We
закончится.
wanted to ask about who our opponent will be in the final round. Do you think they'll be stronger than the one we faced in the semifinals?
Not exactly. Contenders that reach the finals aren't necessarily stronger. They tend to have something unique about their style. As for the guy you'll be facing, his skill lies in his speed, and he has superior form. It's also obvious that he's seen his fair share of battles. What's the matter? Worried that you've bitten off more than you can chew this time?
Мы должны добраться до Инадзумы.
If that is the case, then I have a proposal for you. Let's go somewhere a little quieter, shall we?
Давай отойдем в более тихое место. Ну давай,
I
отойдем.
haven't properly introduced myself yet. In the land of Inazuma, I was a wandering samurai.
Yeah, we could tell that from your getup. But at the same time, when you talk, you don't really sound like someone who's used to waving a sword around.
It is true that I am versed both in literary and martial traditions. But on the straggling path of a wandering samurai, is there harm in acquiring a surplus skill? I do not mean to flaunt my martial prowess, but I myself have witnessed reputable fighters hailing from across the lands. I do possess some knowledge regarding your opponent's particular skill set. Given your talents, a few hints from me will be all that's necessary to bring your opponent down.
Да я, друг, и без твоих советов обойдусь. Ты шо?
Hang on. Don't you think you're bending the rules a bit there?
Gathering intelligence is an essential part of any duel. You must know your enemy.
Бэйдоу, ты права. Этот Кадзуха нарушает правила твои.
Besides, our favorite here has fought many battles on their journey from Mondstadt. Such impressive feats require more than just bravery alone.
You betcha!
Имя Каэдехера. Степь клена. Казуха тысячи цветов. Чистый Жапан.
Wait a second. We never told you that we've been to Mondstadt.
Does one not leave a trail when traveling through the wild? In return, nature also leaves its traces upon you. However, there is only so much that can be discerned from these traces. I sense that many things about you elude me still.
Когда с
These are
тобой
the things
драться
I'm
уже?
curious to know about.
Драться хотим с тобой.
Come with me. Some post-match entertainment is in order.
Давай тут сразимся с тобой. Куда еще с тобой идти? Бэйдоу, а ты что скажешь?
Kazuha has had his eye on you from the moment you arrived. If you've got anything to ask him, this'll be your chance.
Ну чё он так далеко уж ушел-то, блин, сейчас за ним идти. В такую даль, без колес и без педали. Он тут спрятался куда? Вот мы и встретились вновь.
Now that we're alone, let me cut to the heart of the matter. You are skilled in manipulating the elements, and not just a single element, but multiple. Is that correct?
Paimon knew that you were hinting at something from the moment we met. You've known all along.
That's right. If the other contenders were to catch wind of your elemental abilities, let's just say it would cause some unwanted misunderstandings. If I'm not mistaken, you share these considerations, given your reluctance to use elemental skills even in the heat of a match. When I talk about that which I see or hear in you, this is not poetic symbolism at play. I mean these things in the truest sense possible. Since a young age, I have been attuned to the tidings of nature. I hear the breath of the wind and the whispers of the leaves. It is things of this nature that I also hear from within you. Nothing more.
As crazy as all that sounds, somehow Paimon still believes you.
Звучит бредово, но Паймон тебе верит.
My humble abilities are negligible compared to your incredible feats. To think a human could wield the elements without a vision. And not to mention your incredibly complex scent, like that of some mysterious being.
Hey, stop evaluating us based on our smell! It's weird!
Could you perchance enlighten me as to how you managed to obtain your combined elemental abilities? Extraordinary.
Я слышу вещи внутри тебя. Стук сердца? Неужели ты врач? Дышите, не дышите.
So then, might I be so bold as to inquire how exactly it is that you learn to channel elemental energy and even wield it in combat?
Все благодаря наставлениям Паймон.
Aw, it's nothing really. Paimon just told him whatever came to mind. It's been a long journey, and many things have happened along the way. Somehow, he just naturally learned to use the elements through it all. Honestly, even Paimon doesn't understand how it all works.
Perhaps such unfathomable things are the essence of the gods and the visions they grant. However, I still wish to have the honor of seeing how you wield the elements. Perhaps it may yet reveal something to me.
Кстати, там же дают пробник поиграть за казуху сейчас. На 3 недели вроде как. Ну, там целый месяц будет на него эти баннер. Там заодно и в подземелье можно за него сыграть.
Of course, I too shall share with you all that I've learned. That will make it a fair exchange.
О, наконец-то настоящая битва. Наша битва будет легендарной.
Now then, let's test your skills, shall we?
Давай проверим тебя. На что ты способен. В смысле монстров? Я с казухой хочу драться.
You control the elements without a vision. That means...
Драться с тобой хочу.
Oh, pay no attention to me. I was just talking to myself. I will be
Я с тобой драться хочу.
Delve into destiny.
I condemn you!
Ну, наблюдай, дружок. Чё тебе это интересно, что ли?
Eye for an eye! Let me scry!
Вот у меня, смотри, какие герои есть, да? Видал? Интересно тебе? А?
You control the elements with... Oh, pay no attention.
А, снова драться. А ничего, что я другими персонажами это прохожу, ребята, вы не против, да?
Rack and ruin!
With the wind!
Eye for an eye!
А что ты скажешь против Юльки, а? Против Юльки нет приема, мой друг. Praise the sun, восславим солнце. Посмотрел? Давай теперь с тобой драться.
Your skills in battle are truly beyond reproach. Even with your opponent's speed, he shouldn't be able to overwhelm you. Your opponent is skilled at controlling his breathing and maintaining balance, which enables him to execute moves that many would find impossible. He relies entirely on the element of surprise to defeat his opponents. In other words, as long as you remain mindful of his ability to detect weak points, then his attack should pose no threat to you.
Спасибо, я отнесусь серьезнее к бою.
Save your thanks. If anything, I should be thanking you for the opportunity to witness your command of the elements that defies all known principles.
Рука перебинтована. Да не, это просто такой стиль. Он же этот, боксер, наверное. Знаешь, когда боксерские перчатки одевают, руку перебинтовывают. Вот у него то же самое. Он же канадец, не японец.
The world is a truly mysterious place, it seems. And one will always encounter that which is still unknown.
Канадский шпион в тылу врага.
You seem kind of obsessed with visions, but don't you already have your own? Why are you so intent on exploring the connection between visions and the elements?
I desire to know what meaning visions have to the gods. And what influences the gods' decision to grant humans these visions? My apologies. You must be completely in the dark regarding such matters. For allowing me the honor of witnessing your mystical ways, I am willing to answer any questions you may have regarding Inazuma. So that's what you're curious about? Then allow me to tell you more. As you well know, a vision hunt decree is currently underway in Inazuma. Visions are a gift bestowed by the divine. People that have accepted this gift are now having their visions confiscated inexplicably, sometimes in circumstances that leave their original recipients dead. In the outset, supposing each of the 7 archons had their criteria for granting visions to living beings, then does the current Electro-Archon now doubt these criteria, or even the act in and of itself? Not to mention, with no new Electro-Visions having been granted for such a long time, it would seem that we can infer something of the Raiden Shogun's feelings on the matter.
She sounds less like an Archon and more like a tyrant.
As far as I know, She is an Archon that pursues eternity. She will relentlessly carry out her will with no regard to what others may think or feel. Liyue's contracts are meant to benefit all who reside within Liyue. But what does Inazuma's pursuit of eternity bring to its people? It goes without saying that the people locked within Inazuma do not fare well these days.
Sounds a lot like something the god you encountered in the beginning would do.
Oh? Have you encountered the Electro Archon before? With time, we will change. But the Shogun will remain the same. If you wish to find her, she will forever be there. There will come a day when I too shall wish to understand the answers to eternity from her. Ah, the time for your match is approaching.
Oh, right! We got so distracted talking about Inazuma that Paimon forgot all about the tournament!
If you have no other matters to attend to, then we can return together.
Конечно, пойдем.
Very well. Let's go. I wish to see who will obtain the vision.
Казуха, ты мутный тип. Ой, а чё меня сразу же загрузка? А, сразу же сюда перенесли.
Why isn't he here yet? Never mind. We can start by making your entrance first. Everyone, listen up! Your attention, please! We've reached the climax of the Crux Clash! This is the final match!
Final battle. Fight. Покажи бумаги, что ты белый пушистый, я тебе не доверяю.
We've seen many exciting battles today, and now at long last, the two finalists have emerged. Now, I'd like to introduce our first combatant. Though few have seen him, his reputation knows no bounds. He strikes fear into the heart of Osile, and the mere mention of his name causes even the Fatui Harbingers to turn pale in the face. Introducing Liyue's traveling hero!
Ей!
Wow!
Спасибо, спасибо, не надо аплодисментов, спасибо.
I've been waiting for this moment!
I'm sure everyone witnessed his thrilling match in the semifinals. But today's final round will surely take things up a notch. As for our other combatant, he still hasn't arrived. Oh, come on, what could be taking him so long? You can't just forfeit for not showing up like in previous rounds. This is the finals. Apologies, everyone just sit tight.
Наверное, Казуха был этим чуваком проворным. Типа, вот я, типа, участвую, типа, чё, кого. Короче, обманщик и лжец этот канадец.
We've got no other choice. If he doesn't show up, we'll just have to postpone the match.
Wait a moment. Something doesn't seem right about this. Captain Beidou, perhaps we should check on the prize. Traveler, come with us.
О, у нас украли глаз бога. У нас сперли, ребята, глаз бога.
Let me see. It's gone all right. The vision is missing.
Huh? Did somebody steal it? Who would dare do such a thing in broad daylight?
Пойдем искать и уничтожим его.
We don't know when it was taken exactly. I never thought that someone here would have the guts to cross Captain Beidou.
No need to worry. Even the craftiest sleight of hand does not escape nature's watchful gaze. The culprit has only acted recently. They will not have gotten far. The vision was the prize that I had offered, and it was my responsibility to look after it. I will be certain to get it back.
Well, if you insist. I'll leave the matter to you then.
Он ему нравится, поэтому и следить за ним. Он испытывает к нему симпатии.
I'll stay here and try to offer some explanation to all the spectators that came to see the match.
If you would, Please come with me.
Ничего не поделаешь. Мой соперник все равно не явился.
But we're on an island. Where could he have possibly run to?
В воду он мог
Come
уйти.
with me. I can sense the winds are coming.
Ветра.
Huh? A wind current?
The winds have come at an opportune moment. Let's seize this chance. Ride the winds upward. From there, we can continue our search for clues.
By the way, what made you suddenly think of checking the price in the first place?
I heard it the moment it was stolen.
Well, then why didn't you stop him?
You'll see shortly.
Delved into destiny.
I condemn you! Crush! Flood of frost! Rack and ruin!
Слабак и ничтожество. Не понял. С улицы, что ли, запахло горело?
Let me scry.
Запахло весной.
The winds are guiding us forward. The culprit is on the opposite shore now.
You can hear that too? What does it sound like?
Hubris. This way. Follow me. There may be an ambush waiting for us up ahead, but I trust that you are well prepared for such a scenario.
Hoarders, they're here! Get them!
Treasure hoarders, just as I expected. In which case, please stand back.
Delve into destiny.
Picked the wrong test subject.
Кадзухе надо было в детектива пойти. Ага. О. Фатуи? Ты кто?
You caught up with me? How is that possible?
Планерист Фэй.
I had even prepared a boat to ensure a quick getaway, and still you caught up to me.
No boat could ever match the speed of the wind.
The wind? What are you talking about? Oh, I get it. Your vision. Drat! If I only had a vision. Or, if I could activate this one, then you'd never be able to catch me!
This has nothing to do with visions. You may be skilled at vanishing from a crowd, but it seems you know precious little about how to conceal yourself from nature's gaze. Additionally, your chosen escape route was flawed for reasons that are too numerous to go into, and on top of that, I could hear your boasting and proud laughter in the wind as I was pursuing you. In other words, you failed to meet any of the basic criteria for a grand heist, namely speed, stealth, and style.
You...
But most disappointing of all is the state of the vision in your hand. It appears that the vision doesn't respond to human desire indiscriminately.
Fine, fine. I admit it.
Как Зуха, прошу прощения, надо было тебе в друида.
I've had my eyes on this vision for quite some time now. I decided to register after hearing that this fighting contest was full of a bunch of lousy fighters. I fought my way to the finals and...
Aha! So you were supposed to be our opponent!
I'd intended to win the contest through skill alone all along. But then you showed up. After watching the semifinals, I knew that I didn't stand a chance. But I wasn't about to give up on the vision so easily after coming all this way. Since there was no use in trying to face you in the match, I decided to put my skills to good use while everyone's attention was on you and Beto. I was convinced I prepared thoroughly for my escape, but somehow you still managed to catch up to me.
Тебе некуда бежать, сдавайся.
Drat. This should have gone differently. Really? Fine. But you'd better mean it. It didn't activate once I took it anyway. It's nothing but a useless shell to me.
You know, according to the laws of the sea, the penalty for stealing is breaking the culprit's arms.
Huh? You're not serious, are you?
Not to mention that the item you stole was a prize. You didn't show up for the final match, and you damaged the reputation of the captain of the Crux fleet. It seems that it would be only fair to brand the word thief on your forehead with a hot iron.
Смотри, какой он серьезный, это садюга. Он еще и садюга.
Whoa, whoa! We don't need to go that far, do we?
I never would have guessed you could be so cruel. If this is where talking gets me, then forget it. I'll risk a fight.
Ну вот. Из-за Казухи теперь с ним драться.
Eye for an eye.
Let me scry.
Слишком слабый. Типа довольный, типа сделал дело. Гад. Мы бы его отпустили бы спокойно, и пусть бы шел своим дорогой.
No, no. Do what you want, but please, don't brand my forehead, please.
He has persevered to the bitter end, and now death looms near. Yet still the gods do not bestow their favor upon him. Put down the vision and leave. I've changed my mind. No further punishment for you.
Huh?
Вот не могут мальчики с глазами побитого щеночка быть милашками без примесей. Ага.
What's wrong? Are you asking for more punishment? It's up to you. Such willingness is commendable and fits the way of the samurai.
No need for that. Thank you for releasing me. You truly are generous.
Huh? Paimon doesn't get it. Were you just trying to scare him?
I take no pleasure in frightening others. I was just testing all possibilities while the vision remained in his hands. When people are forced into a corner, That is when their greatest strength will appear. I thought it may be an opportunity for him to awaken the vision. But unfortunately, nothing happened. Yes. I wanted to know whether it were possible for an extinguished vision to be reawakened.
Еще и многоходовочки. Он точно будет другом Альбеда, по-любому.
From the moment he stole the vision, I decided to use him for this experiment.
Тот тоже опыты проводил и всякие козни строил.
I've tried many other methods in the past.
А еще он, так же как Альбеда, следит за главным героем, и ему это нравится. 100% сейчас были девушки, которые бежали и говорили, женись на мне, или не могу
Though
разорваться.
few tales tell of a masterless vision reawakening.
Давай, отдавай нам глаз Бога, мы его сами сейчас пробудим, дружок.
After seeing you command multiple elements, I figured that nothing is impossible. Come, why don't you give it a try? Let's see if you can give me the answer I'm hoping for.
Давай пробудим.
The vision didn't seem to respond at all.
I see. So you are also unable to rekindle the vision. No matter. This was expected. I suppose this vision is still mine to take for now.
Почему ты стремишься пробудить его?
Yeah, what's the story behind this vision anyway?
The story begins with an old friend.
Показывайте мультик. Мультик, ролик.
He was once a good friend of mine. One day he asked me about a sword art of which he had heard, the Musono Hitotachi. I told him it can only be witnessed when divine punishment is administered. It is the pinnacle of the Raiden Shogun's skill, a symbol of ultimate power. But he replied, there must be one who can withstand it. There will always be those who dare to brave the lightning's glow. Then, the Vision Hunt decree arrived. People's aspirations were stripped away as the Raiden Shogun began to construct her ideal of eternity. While I was fleeing from place to place, I heard that my friend had challenged the Vision Hunters to a duel before the throne. A solemn yet brutal challenge. The defeated face divine punishment, while the victors gain a second chance. Perhaps he thought he of all people should make a stand. Coming face to face with the Musono Hitotachi was all that he truly desired, after all. When I arrived at Tenshukaku, the duel was over. I heard his sentence of divine punishment, his severed blade hitting the ground. Perhaps that was the glory he had yearned to witness. In his last moments, what expression was on his face? Before I knew it, I had stepped forward and snatched the dying vision and was running from the scene. All I knew was that I mustn't let his hope, which burned so brightly, become buried among the ice-cold statue of a god.
Это божественная история.
Perhaps one day I may come to find that all I have done is meaningless.
Я чувствую в нем Яндере, не знаю почему. Ладно, меня спать гонят. Пока, удачи. Потом гляну, что с ним так. Давай, спокойной ночи. Спасибо, что заходила. Этот Казуха не так прост на самом деле. И его история достойна уважения.
But as a wandering samurai, I find meaning in traveling and the sprawling beauty of nature that lies along the way, while still retaining the warrior way in my heart.
Kazuha.
It's just another way of saying I do as I please. All right then, it's time we returned. Do not let my feelings trouble you. But thank you.
Хорошая история, ничего не скажешь. Народ весь разошелся.
Huh? Did Beta leave already? Maybe she went back to her ship.
If you're looking for the captain, she was summoned by Lady Ningguang. It seems that the Crux clash got out of hand this time and has attracted her attention. Captain Beto was muttering something about Ningguang being a stick in the mud as she headed off to Liyue Harbor.
It's not unusual for those two to be at odds with one another.
But still, Captain Beto was disappointed she didn't get to witness the crowning of the new champion. She had been looking forward to it for quite some time.
The one who stole the vision was originally to be this hero's opponent in the final round. He knew he stood no chance of winning the match, thus the wicked idea of stealing the prize took hold in his mind. In which case, the Crux clash comes to a clear-cut conclusion.
Huh? So that's what happened? If that's the case, then the rules stipulate that he is disqualified, and our hero here is the champion.
Paimon thought we'd win and all, but not like this.
It doesn't matter. As the saying goes, honor given is honor deserved. Now, let me go prepare the champion's medal to award you.
Yes, I believe so. Though Captain Beto is no longer present here, I'll be sure she receives word of it. She is a woman of her word. But the voyage to Inazuma is a treacherous one. You will be plagued by a perpetual tempest the entire trip. In fact, the relentless rain and wind are also an embodiment of the Raiden Shogun's will to close the nation.
Hold on a second. You're saying she can change the weather just with the power of her mind?
Let us not forget that this is one of the 7 Archons. If Liyue's Morax could form Guyun's stone forest by casting down his stone spears, then it should come as no great surprise that the Raiden Shogun is capable of summoning an eternal tempest. Suffice it to say that if you wish to journey to Inazuma, the Alcor will need some time. You will be notified once all the preparations have been made. In the meantime, I intend to embark on a journey of my own. I will travel all across the vast lands of Liyue in the hope of finding a way to reawaken the vision.
Paimon believes you'll find a way for sure.
Thank you. May both our journeys prove meaningful. One final word of warning. The part of your journey that lies after the storm may well prove to be the most arduous.
Спасибо, друг. Еще одно задание пройдено, ребята. Медаль для черных знамен бойцов, которые нужны как доказательство вашего класса. Ну чё у нас? Климы получили. Все хорошо. Оп.
Dodoko? Dodoko, where are you?
Додака. Вот она, новая. Оп. Повысить уровень.
These bombs, so heavy. New bomb research comes. Dodoko? Dodoko, where are you? These bombs, so heavy.
Замечательная история про казуху канадца. Было прикольно.
This realm is truly beginning to thrive. I cannot help but be stirred.
Награды уровней. Лимит хранения сокровищ обители. Собрать награды. Новая внешность.
If you have... Chefs can't be picky about location. No matter what kitchen appliances there are, I'll be back to cooking like I normally do after a few practice rounds. And of course, you can't skimp on ingredients. Only the freshest will do. There isn't too much stocked here. I'll whip up some food for us, so could you go and help me buy some ingredients?
Yeah, boy.
Chefs can't be picky about location. And of course, you can't skimp...
Let me quickly inspect the ingredients in the kitchen. After all, you will most certainly need wisdom to turn limited ingredients into a dish that can keep you full for an entire day. Oh, yes, thank you for preparing these. If you're not...
Никакого компаньона нам не хватает тогда. Ладно, окей.
Newcomers who are learning how to use wing gliders will practice simple exercises in Springvale. Most of the buildings in Springvale only have 2 or 3 floors, which is an ideal height for those still getting accustomed to gliding. However, please remember to glide legally. The rules also apply here.
Е-бой. Победные дары. Ладно, тогда на сегодня будем
This
заканчивать.
realm is truly beginning to thrive.
Было прикольно поиграть.
If you ever have any questions about...
А мы же знаете кого? Ну-ка, где у нас Делюк, дружок? Мы же можем Делюка построить. У меня, в принципе, все трое они есть, кроме вот этого Венти. Или в другой раз? А, давай в другой раз. Нам сейчас это уже ничего не важно. Давай Эмбер только отсюда заберем. Но, в принципе, это уже ничего не важно. О, сюда можно это поставить. Диону и Рейзера. Ну-ка, мы их сможем поставить? Наверное, не сможем. О, нет, сможем, смотри-ка. Отлично.
Oh, how familiar. This place is very similar to my hometown. But you don't have any bars and drunkards here, right? Perfect. I'll find a room to settle down in.
Отлично.
Villages are for people. Sometimes I want to visit. If you are here, I am not scared. Thank you for bringing me.
Отлично. Набрали всего. А куда Рейзер делся? Странно, пропал куда-то. Ну ладно. Ладно тогда. Всем большое спасибо, кто смотрел. Было приятно пообщаться, посмотреть. Джоджи поет в бойцовском турнире. Синий ветер, багряные листья. Ой, сколько всего он получал-то. Ой-ой-ой. 210 уровень доверия с чайником. Выучить листовость чериль декора. Все по красоте прям. Получите 5 подарков от компаньонов. Красота. Ладно. Будем заканчивать с этим путешествием во времени. О. Мебель пока не изготавливается. Ладно. Всем всего доброго и до новых встреч. Приходите к нам как-нибудь еще. Обязательно поиграем. А может быть и нет. А может быть и да. В любом случае, всем покеда.